Hi, I am Joanne Hewins. I have a Facebook page, Joanne Hewins with Love to Create. I'd love for you to check me out there. Today we're going to do this simple card. This will be a quick little video. We're going to be using several of the new online exclusive things. The Gathering Moments. Oops, there I go. Hitting everything. But the Gathering Moments stamp set and dies, the bundle, you can find in the online exclusives. And we're also going to be using some of the designer paper. Let me pull this over here. This paper is gorgeous. If you're a lover of fall, and it's the first day of fall, you would really love this paper. So lots of different leaves and colors, fall colors. This piece, I think you could actually use for a Christmas card if you wanted to. Then let me turn this over. And the other side is more of a muted type pattern, but still really, really pretty. This one right here has a little bit of the gold in it. This is one of the packs that has gold well, actually, every single one of the pieces has gold. I don't know if you can see some of the glimmer on that. And that just adds so much more cuteness to your card. Just really, really beautiful. So let me put this away. This is called Gathering Together DSP, Designer Series Paper. I'm going to move it out of the way. We are also going to use some dies from the mini catalog, the new mini catalog. Let me show you the cover. And I'm going to be going to page 22. But let me just show you. This is the Traditions of Christmas Suite right here. We're going to be using the dies called Traditional Labels. So let me flip that paper back and let you see these are what it looks like, traditional labels. And we're going to be using this one. So let's get started. And we're going to have a card base for this of crushed curry. And this is the card size 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. We're going to bring in some of the paper from the Gather Together Designer Series paper. I've cut this, and this is the one that I used. It has the Basic Beige background. I've cut this paper. Let's measure that. It is 1 1/2, and that should be by 4 1/8. 1 1/2 by 4 1/8. Now I am going to put this on YouTube, and I will have all of the measurements with that when that goes live. So I'm going to take these little strips. This is just a little way of saving paper, and I'm going to turn that. I want that leaf to go up. I'm going to turn that and put it here with just the little 1/8 inch border around. And then this other one will go on the other side. Let's see, I think I'll turn that one around this way. And we'll make the same little border on this side. Now this is a simple fun fold. I'm going to bring in another piece of paper. And this one is 8 1/2, and I'll just use this to measure, and 2 3/4, 8 1/2 by 2 3/4. So I've got that scored at 4 1/4, and I'm going to turn that to the score line and just burnish that fold. And this paper is going to go right there for our fold. But I think I will go ahead and put some of the designer paper on there. It doesn't really matter which side I use on this, but I am having, my cutter is sometimes leaving an edge. I don't know that you can see that on the camera, but that bothers me a little. I'm just going to take my bone folder and just go over that and flatten that edge so it won't matter which one that I use. This paper measures just a little below that one. It is 2 5/8 by 4 1/8. 2 5/8 by 4 1/8. Yes, I hate to put glue on this beautiful side, but for this card, I'm going to do it. I will make other projects using this side of the paper a lot more. Okay, so I'm just going to add that. Now this leaf has a direction to it, so I'm going to turn it the right way, and I'll adhere that. You know what, I'm not exactly happy with that. I use the glue so that I can do things like that. I can move that a little bit if I need to. And I don't know if you noticed, but I kind of held that diagonally. That kind of helps me to get it straight as well. All right, so that's going to be ready to go on the inside or in the center of the card. And this piece is going to go right inside. I'm going to go ahead and stamp that. Oh dear, I was looking for my brown just a little bit ago. And I'm sorry, I don't know where I put that brown. Okay, this is a tragedy. Please hold on. All right, I can't find my brown right now. So I am going to use Cajun Craze for my saying. And this saying comes from Gathering Moments. It's been a while. I'm just trying to get back into using or taping on cards. And I'm sorry, that's gotten moved. I had this for a class. And I like to lay my words on my grid paper and try to get them straight. And that moved just as I got ready to put it down. Okay, I apologize. Okay, I'm going to do it this way. If all else fails, do something different. I'm going to use it cat-a-corner. And hopefully that way I can get it kind of straight. Okay, there's the thankful for you. And then I'm going to use crushed curry. I'm going to close that and move it out of the way. I'm going to use crushed curry for my leaf, and this leaf, and this is also from the Gathering Moments stamp set. It's got some really nice things and some great sayings. Many thanks. I love this, and we're going to use it. Your friendship means the world to me. I'm thankful for you, expressing heartfelt gratitude. And there's some little textural type things along with our leaves and toadstool and acorn. So I'm going to use my yellow or my crushed curry, but I'm noticing that it's really, really inky. I'm going to take my bone folder and move the ink to the side. And I think that's going to help my leaf come out looking nicer. And it does stain. Life goes on. Okay, so I'm going to do my leaf right there. Yeah, I think that turns out pretty nice. And you can see, notice that one next to this one. Do you see the difference where we didn't wipe the extra ink away? A lot more detail is seen here. Okay, and I'm going to use the Cajun Craze for this next thing as well. Let me look at that. I'm going to stamp that on my scrap paper. All right, that looks pretty nice, even if we don't have our espresso, early espresso. So this is going to be glued right in here. It's the same size as the designer paper on the front. I'm still going to use my corners. And we'll put that like that. Alrighty, and then we will put glue on the back of this. Now to glue that down, I'm going to place my card in the center of my grid paper, and I'm going to try to make sure that it's the same on each side. I can count those squares, but I think I can do just as well to kind of place it so that part of that paper from each side is covered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to move it over just a little bit so that it'll be in the center. And then I'm going to look at this line right here because I want to kind of line it up there. At the bottom. And that's all there is. So we've got the front, we've got the inside, and we're ready to do the parts for the front. So I have another piece of the paper here. We'll use Cajun Craze for our stamping. And this is that word that I like so much. Well, it is actually is not. Let me see. All right. You know, I apologize. I thought I had my ducks in a row. We're going to use expressing heartfelt gratitude for that. And then I'm going to have to cut out these pieces. I've got another scrap of the Basic Beige. There it is. And we will do another one of these. And I'll bring the yellow back in. And we'll do another leaf. Okay. Now that ink will eventually kind of move on over and even itself out, so you might have to do that again another time. These are the dies that I'm going to use for cutting. And I'm going to kind of put a piece of tape on that. This is old tape, and it will come off easily. It's reusable tape. Okay, I'm going to go off screen right now and cut that quickly. Okay, and then I'm also going to use this to cut out expressing heartfelt gratitude. Let's see what that would look like. Nope, too small. So, okay, so I'll be right back. I'm going to cut this out. Alrighty, so let me get those pulled out. We'll clean that up later. And we'll adhere our saying and our items. So I'm going to add this yellow leaf, and I'm just going to add a little bit of glue down toward the bottom of this leaf. And then we'll add a little toward the bottom of this as well. Okay, and then I'm going to add some dimensionals around here. I think I'm going to use one of these that are kind of in half there. And we'll take that out. Alrighty, and then we will add this in here. And again, I thought that I had everything together, and I usually have my bows made ahead of time, but I am going to pull out this Early Espresso. This is Early Espresso in Old Olive linen thread, and I take the cheater's way. I use a bow tire. I'm going to wrap it around twice. Let me cut that. Okay, and there's my bow. Oops. And then this is going to go right down here. And I usually just take a glue dot I'm going to take one and just kind of roll it up so it's in a little roll and put it right there. And there's our bow. I'll clip this in. And I think the other one's all right. And that's our card. What do you think? Do you like it better with Early Espresso ink, or do you like it all right with the Cajun Craze? Thanks so much for watching. I'm working on getting back into this, and I will try my best to have things in order next time. So please check in again. I appreciate you. Bye-bye.